They should be punished the way Alfie is punished in season 3. Cut your dick off.
Is Kit? Is it your actual name?
Not on my passport. No, it's Christopher. It's Christopher, and I didn't know that until I was like, I didn't know it till I was like 11 years old.
Is a kit in England? Is this not a kit? Is this a kit? You know, is that what it is?
You mean this?
Yes, isn't that a kit?
Is that a kit?
Yes,
specific to his one or all of our kits?
No, not Kit's kit. Not
is
Kit's.
Mine a kit?
Is that what you call it?
How should we punish people who spoil this brilliant TV show?
Oh, God, how should we punish them? We should, well, I don't want to go too medieval. A tenner in a jar?
And then we can all have a party at the end of it? I don't know.
Off with their heads. Off with their heads, I say. Joffrey-type punishments.
Fantastic. I am going to eat his. This is so nice. I am going to eat his. If he doesn't hurry back. I wish I could share this with you.
People are all excited about the bathtub thing.
Yes.
Now, what is that? What context is the bathtub scene?
The context of the bathtub scene is just a kind of it's a development of Fred and Holly's relationship, basically.
And
but it's really not as quite as exciting as people are making out.
No, people. But the problem is when they say, "Oh, there's a man and a woman in a bathtub. Let's take pictures." Now, you can't.
As you do.
Yeah,
as you
of
do.
course, as you want, and who couldn't blame you?
I think he's in Belgium or something. This math teacher is punishing naughty kids by giving Game of Thrones spoilers away. I think that's a little bit drastic.
I think they should be put in a pit of Unsullied, and the pit will close in on them. And what happens in there, I couldn't possibly tell you, because it's an unsullied secret.
The whole Jon Snow thing was one of the, you know, it was a big...
The whole death thing?
Yeah, it was a very important secret which had to be kept. Presumably you had the key to that secret and people were asking you all the time.
Oh, they were constantly asking me, yeah. I keep quiet because it's the best thing for the show. And you don't want to spoil. You really don't want to spoil it. And I do. I mess with people who come up and kind of go, can you tell us what happened in the next season? And I go, OK, I'll tell you. And they go, no, don't! And I've seen these cynical critics kind of go, oh my God, did you see that last week? That suddenly the inner child comes out in them because they've been out with it and they love it. And so does the audience. And it's what we pay for. I like it as well. And I when I'm reading the scripts, I go, oh, you're shitting me. And I love that.
You've been in Game of Thrones, what, 5 years now?
5 years.
So what happens if you turn up one day and they just tell you, oh, right, that's it? Oh, mind you, you know probably because you've read the books.
Well, it's very ambiguous because I think the books or the TV series is going away from the books a little bit. So we could die at any point.
No, that would be any actor's worst nightmare.
Yes, so we're all a bit nervous going into the next season to see if we die.
Yep.
Don't you call it that?
No, I always think
Like
of
a-
Knight Rider with a kit. I don't think of what I call the truth.
So you're saying the truth is in there?
The truth is in there, and the truth will set you free. But you know what? You can't handle the truth.
I can't handle your truth.
I'm sorry, I got that wrong, but go ahead and continue.
I've never heard of that before.
No,
I think I might have just made it up.
I like it though.
My name now means...
It hasn't happened. There really hasn't been that many people taking photos of us in the tub.
They should be admonished and warned not to take photos.
They should.
Yeah.
Indeed, they should. And also, there's just no need. They could go on YouTube and see Game of Thrones, and it would be more than they would ever see in the bath.
You've been naked in the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, we are post-spoiler, so you have come back. But presumably now that you're going to stick with it for quite a while now, you are a big... They're not going to kill you off again. They can't do that.
I can't tell you, Andrew. I mean, you wouldn't put it past them, would you? Episode 5 of Game of Thrones, I suddenly actually die again. I just think Jon Snow gets really cocky this season because now he's immortal. He can do what he wants.
I do have a question about one of the actors, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Jon Snow, no, he's back.
Here.
Go on. Who's back? Who's back? Yeah.
So Hafthor Bjornsson, the absolute behemoth of a man, 6'10", one of the world's strongest men.
What is he like?
Right.
Do you know, I've never had the privilege to meet him.
Have you not?
I've never had the privilege to meet him, but no, kind of like watching and seeing him on screen. I mean, right, that is one hell of a man, isn't it? Yeah, he's got one hell of a presence.
Tell me this. I read a statistic, and I could be wrong, and I was incredibly proud to read it. When it said your first 4 films had 16 Oscar nominations. Is that right? Is that the statistic?
I think so. There was something weird about it, yeah.
That's extraordinary, Jim.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It's unbelievable, man. You weren't first choice for My Left Foot, were you?
Well, you know what?
Well, they always want fucking Kubrick or fucking Spielberg. But I'm like that. I'm probably 11th on everyone's list.
I think you're going up.
Well, yeah, 10th now, maybe. Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Well, 11th is still in the team.
Actually, or maybe I'm bigging myself up. Maybe I'm 21.
As an actress, I don't even know what to say. But it's, for example, your parents are living?
Yes, they are, yes.
So, so they've seen the Game of Thrones.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, and what do they say? Hey, look at there. Hey, come here. Hey.
Well, no, but I tell you what, it just puts it. But when they saw the bath scene, they were like, "What's all the fuss about? Like, it's not a big deal. They've seen it all before."
Is your mother better about it than your father, or is there anything to not worry? There's nothing to worry about.
Well, yeah, A, there's nothing to worry about, and B, my mum sees it and is very cool and fine with it, and my dad just kind of avoids eye contact for the first kind of couple of hours after we've seen it, and then it's kind of then it's fine.
I don't know. I just think that they should be banned from the internet. They should never be allowed back on.
I don't know, how can we make someone shut up? Or even type, it's kind of like typing as well, isn't it? Chop off their fingers. Yeah, well you went for hands, I went for fingers, yeah. Let's do hands and then you're fine.
Weirdly enough, it's Elizabethan shortening.
Christopher Smart was a poet, Kit Smart,
And Kit Marlowe, Christopher Marlowe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I don't know where it came from exactly. I think my mum must have chosen it when she was drunk or something. But no, I didn't know it until I was 11 years old, and I went to school and I put down Kit Harington, and they came up and they said, "That's not your name."
Oh.
And I said, "I think I'd know, come on."
Who was the first to be cast? Talk about casting the two of us first. That's what we're doing.
So they're two separate, because you were not the first to be cast.
Okay, who was the first to be cast?
Probably Peter, right?
Peter.
Yeah.
It's either Peter or Sean, right around the same time.
We definitely, Peter said yes first.
Peter said...
Were they your first choices?
They were, yes.
Ah.
They were the only 2 people that we knew from reading the books, Peter and Sean.
Peter Dinklage, Sean Bean.
Were the 2 people that we knew.
Those 2 were easy. I think casting the Stark girls was a really tough one because we knew, first of all...
Because we knew we'd end up with people like this.
Perhaps they should be jailed. Yeah, every one of them seems fair enough, yeah. Or killed, maybe.
Whatever they spoil, like, say it was death, we should do exactly what happened to them.
That would be...
Because the people who spoil are the worst people in the world.
And then they said, "No, it's not," and they showed me the thing, and I spelt Christopher with an F, and I was in the bottom set.
Oh, no.
For, like, the first, 3 weeks until my mum had to come in.
Christopher doesn't have an F?
My class clowns are Conleth Hill and Peter Dinklage. They're definitely the class clowns. They could share the title.
Why do they?
They make my job so hard.
Pranks on set, or
it's not pranks. It's just like they pull faces. They pull faces when it's on you, and they know that they know it's hard for me, particularly Conleth, because Conleth, you can't get him. That's the worst thing. It's like I would try and pull a face when it's on him and try and get him back, and he's just like. And then it makes me look unprofessional. But then when it's on me, he'll go like this. He'll go like, or he'll just make little grunting sounds and stuff. They're wind-ups. Both of them are wind-ups.
So I was about 11 years old, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I'm going to go in. I'm going to be an actor. It's going to be great.
You had wanted to do this?
For quite some time. And I was convinced it was all going to work out brilliantly, happily ever after. So I turned up to this audition and was not expecting to see 80 girls lined up outside.
Oh, my God. 80 11-year-old girls who wanted the part.
Exactly, who wanted the part. And so I got into the theatre and heard, for the first time, Midnight, Midnight, not a sound on the...
Midnight and the Kitties Are Sleeping?
Yeah, the cat, no.
Is that what it is?
Song from the musical Cats.
Yeah, Midnight and the kitties are sleeping.
Exactly.
Downstairs by the furnace while Daddy is sleeping.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you spend ages getting ready and doing all that?
Well, I came to my hair and makeup artist's house really early, and we spent like 2 hours watching Friends, and so it was like 2 hours to get ready.
I've been accused of that on a couple of occasions. Class clown. Oh, well, I'll tell you the double act. Peter and lovely Varys, Mr. Hill Conleth. You put those two boys together, it's impossible to get work done. They're fantastic fun to be around on and off set.
Something that I didn't realise was that you adopted your dog from Game of Thrones.
I did. She's called Zuni. She was the worst trained animal on the show, so they had to get rid of her.
Is she better now that she's at home?
No.
No, okay, good.
Maisie and Sophie, probably, because they're young. They're the young ones. They've got their whole life ahead of them for stardom and success. I said that in such a sad way.
I know, my life is over.
Well, I didn't know. I had never heard that song before, and I heard it like 80 times. And so I was freaking out because I didn't have anything. So I kind of shuffled onto the stage. My dad's.
Wait a minute. This is your dad's fault. You're auditioning for a musical, and you don't have a piece to sing. Somebody.
I was pretty sure I could just go and wing it, I suppose.
Yeah, this used to be a place where all the cattle came. It was a huge cattle pens. And on cold days, they'd slip, wouldn't they, Liam?
Yeah, they were freezing. There'd be hundreds of cattle would come over here. They were led by fellas with sticks, the whole lot, and they'd be really wealthy, dressed in tweeds and beautiful hats.
Yeah.
And they came down here because they were going to be put on the boats to export the cattle over to England.
That's the church we all went to learn so too.
I was christened in there, yeah.
Yeah.
There was what was his name? Father, little small guy. He was like Hitler.
He had cancer to the throat.
Yeah. And he used to...
Help at any kinds. I want to hear the silent collection.
Yeah, and when you'd walk in with a newspaper, he used to sell... If he saw a newspaper in your hand, he'd be murdered. He'd roar from the altar, throwing people out.
I was an altar boy over there.
Were you?
I wasn't a good one, but I was one.
What did you do?
Well, so I just desperately, in the few minutes before I walked on, was trying to remember any songs, and I was currently being taught a folk song at school called Donkey Riding.
Donkey riding.
Hey ho, away we go, riding on a donkey. Is how it goes. And so that's what I did.
And they loved it, right?
They hated it.
Oh.
No, they really. I don't think I even got through the first verse.
That's not right.
And so then they asked me for something a little more contemporary.
Yeah.
So then I quickly followed that up with a rendition of the Spice Girls, If You Want to Be My Lover.
How did that go?
Complete with a dance routine. I think they saw that out through fits of laughter. And I just remember halfway through my like Macarena type dance move, looking to my dad, and he's just got his head in his hands. Like.
And you've obviously started working on film as well now. Is there a substantial difference for you?
I think because Game of Thrones is kind of shot like a film, it's not too different. I've been doing a couple of independents and then one big film, but they're kind of the same. I don't know, everyone says there's a big difference. I don't really see it, but...
If you had to pick one, film or TV?
Well, because of what Game of Thrones has given me, I'd pick television, just because it's, it's the thing that gave me my shot at this, so Game of Thrones, TV.
I don't normally eat like this, by the way. Most of the stuff I eat comes out of a box. No, that's not true either. I do much, but I don't eat like this. This is not my lifestyle. Please don't get me wrong and make me look like some sort of capitalist pig, because I'm not.
People decide to read the books before they watch the series and ruin the whole narrative for themselves. I think that you have to show a certain amount of restraint, really, which I had to show a certain amount of restraint. I didn't read ahead in the books for ages because I wanted to explore the world of Game of Thrones as Sam explored it.
They should be punished the way Alfie is punished in season 3. Cut your dick off. Probably not appropriate for digital spy.
This is sparkling water. It's the mountain.
Why are you carrying shameful crude plastic bottles? Don't you know you hurt Mother Earth? Mother Earth has given us so much. The birds, the bees,